Welcome, avid seekers of knowledge, to a journey through the annals of history, where the once vibrant tapestry of India's culture was torn asunder by the relentless march of British colonialism. Brace yourselves as we delve into the depths of this tumultuous saga, where empires clashed and civilizations crumbled, leaving behind scars that still resonate today. Join me as we unravel the harrowing tale of how a proud nation's heritage was systematically dismantled, leaving a legacy of cultural devastation in its wake. Our story begins in the 17th century, when the formidable East India Company first set foot on Indian soil, ostensibly as traders seeking lucrative opportunities in the fabled land of spices and silk. Little did the natives realize that beneath the facade of commerce lay a sinister agenda of conquest and subjugation. With shrewd business acumen and the backing of the British Crown, the East India Company gradually extended its influence, exploiting local rivalries and employing divide and rule tactics to sow seeds of discord among indigenous rulers. As the British stranglehold tightened, India's rich resources became fodder for imperial exploitation. The once flourishing industries of textiles, shipbuilding, and agriculture were systematically dismantled, replaced by a draconian system of economic policies designed to serve the interests of the colonial masters. Raw materials were mercilessly plundered, leaving the Indian economy in shambles while lining the coffers of distant British industrialists. But it was not just India's economy that suffered under British rule, its very cultural fabric was torn asunder. The British, driven by a sense of cultural superiority, embarked on a campaign of suppression and erasure, denigrating native customs, languages, and traditions as primitive relics of a bygone era. Ancient monuments were left to crumble, sacred texts were dismissed as superstition, and indigenous knowledge systems were systematically undermined in favor of Western ideologies. Central to the British agenda of cultural domination was the imposition of their own educational system, designed to mold the minds of Indian youth in the image of their colonial masters. Traditional Indian education was relegated to the sidelines, replaced by a curriculum steeped in Western values and ideals. The English language became the hallmark of social status, further alienating the Indian populace from their own heritage and identity. Religion, always a potent force in India's social fabric, became a tool of division under British rule. The British exploited existing religious tensions, exacerbating conflicts between Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, and other faiths to maintain their grip on power. The infamous policy of divide and rule sowed seeds of communal discord that continue to plague the subcontinent to this day, leaving behind a legacy of mistrust and animosity. As the British elite reveled in the spoils of empire, they sought to exoticize and romanticize the very culture they sought to subjugate. Indian artifacts were plundered and displayed in British museums as curious curiosities, stripped of their context and meaning. Meanwhile, Indian art forms such as yoga, Ayurveda, and classical music were appropriated and repackaged for Western consumption, further eroding the authenticity of India's cultural heritage. Yet, amid the darkness of colonial oppression, glimmers of resistance began to emerge. Brave souls like Rani Lakshmibai, Bhagat Singh, and Mahatma Gandhi rose to challenge the might of the British Empire, rallying their countrymen in a quest for freedom and self-determination. From the Sepoy Mutiny of 1857 to the non-violent protests of the Indian independence movement, the spirit of defiance burned bright, paving the way for the eventual downfall of British colonial rule. But even after the departure of the British Raj, the scars of colonialism lingered, casting a long shadow over independent India's quest for identity and unity. The trauma of cultural erasure and exploitation left deep wounds that have yet to fully heal, manifesting in social inequalities, economic disparities, and ongoing struggles for cultural autonomy. Yet, amidst the pain and adversity, India continues to draw strength from its rich heritage, reclaiming its voice on the world stage and forging a path towards a brighter future. In recent years, there has been a renewed interest in reclaiming and rediscovering India's lost cultural treasures. From grassroots movements to government initiatives, efforts are underway to preserve ancient monuments, revitalize indigenous traditions, and reclaim India's rightful place as a custodian of global heritage. Through initiatives like UNESCO World Heritage Sites and cultural exchange programs, India is reclaiming its narrative and celebrating the diversity that has always been its greatest strength. Despite the ravages of colonialism, India's cultural legacy endures, exerting a profound influence on the global stage. From Bollywood films to yoga retreats, Indian culture has captivated the imagination of millions around the world, transcending borders and bridging divides. As India asserts its presence in the realms of technology, art, and diplomacy, it carries with it a rich tapestry of traditions and values that speak to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of adversity. As we reflect on the enduring legacy of British colonialism in India, let us not forget the lessons of history. Let us stand in solidarity with those who continue to fight for cultural preservation and autonomy, recognizing that the wounds of the past can only be healed through collective action and mutual respect. Like and subscribe to our channel to join the conversation and stay informed about the ongoing struggles for cultural heritage around the world. In the annals of human history, few chapters are as fraught with tragedy and triumph as the saga of British colonialism in India. From the heights of imperial arrogance to the depths of indigenous resilience, this tale serves as a stark reminder of the enduring power of culture to shape our world. As we navigate the complexities of a rapidly changing global landscape, let us draw inspiration from the past as we strive to build a future grounded in empathy, understanding, and cultural harmony.